Oh, straight to Marilyn. Oh, Marilyn, very important woman. I'm sorry, Marilyn. My apologies. I was trying to.
Look, listen.
Oh,
Charlotte and I are going to sort
well, I
out
could
this.
do that as well.
Sorry, I'm making you feel.
I was trying to
distant.
supplant you with Edward Hughes. Welcome. Good to see you.
Thank you. Nice to see you.
You must be full of the joys of spring with this new Prime Minister we've got, because he's so good, isn't he? He's so brilliant. I feel with my heart's been filled with hope. I've got growth in my postcode. Don't you know? What's going on?
Oh dear. I mean, it feels like he's been in for a year, not a week, doesn't it? You know,
yeah, I know.
Around like he's got some magic wand, and who's going to fund all these things? I mean, Ellie or Ellen has just been on. I totally agree with her about the advice for kids, because, and I think that is good about how he wants to introduce apprenticeships. But I've been saying that ever since I was a deputy head. I was saying to kids, get out there, put yourself in front of people. But then you do that, and then you can't get in touch with HR people anymore. And they say things like, well, I know you had to apply online. Sorry, had to apply online. You can't get through to the HR people. But if you're doing pubs and restaurants, and I think that's a great thing. I always said that. Go and show yourself and dress up. What a terrible example Burnham is, trying to get down and cool with the kids.
I know.
Wearing a black T-shirt with his, jacket. It's hideous. You know, in a position of, a respected, so some would think, a respected position, and you look like you've just come out from doing the gardening or something. You look hideous.
Right.
When he saw Zelensky.
Well, I mean, he goes to meet old Zelensky, Captain Dress Down, and he actually managed to look more scruffy than Zelensky did.
That's absolutely right. And it's a terrible, it's terrible. I mean, you wear a shirt and tie. People do come on, people dress up. It's disrespectful for the person you're meeting. You don't run a school, come in your jeans that you've just done the gardening in. You dress up. I used to say to teachers when they come in, we used to have this one teacher that, oh my God, it was when charity shops were absolutely awful. And she, when they were like jumble sales, and I used to say, I'm sorry, you've really got to up your game. This is not a good look for the kids, because they need to understand that I just, when I saw him greet Zelensky, I couldn't believe it. I thought, what are you trying to prove? You are an absolute knob.
Also, because the other thing is that, it'd be one thing if he was youngish, but he's not. He's 50-something. It's not, he's like your kind of embarrassing uncle. He's not, he's not in New Order. He's not in a band, even though he'd like to be. It's like you're not 30, you're 50-odd. Dress.
Most people have a problem with men. Men are the same.
Plonker.
He hasn't got a sort of a bod to be proud of, actually.
No.
He's got man boobs when you watch him.
He's got man boobs, yeah. He claims to be a runner, right? But everybody who runs says he has not got a runner's body. And also, have you seen that, when they take a picture of him running, and everybody goes, oh, how's he got his security? And then you sort of pan back, and there's an entire film crew, there's about 7 people filming him, paradoxically, by accident.
When you go into the gym and you have your trainer, because the film crew are there, aren't they? Watching.
Yeah. I mean, there was a time. Funnily enough, when I was at Talk, they decided they wanted to do some kind of a promotional film around me. And at one point, I went down to. So this camera crew was sort of following me around, and I went down to the canteen, and I saw a guy I hadn't seen for a while, and he's like. And I'm walking, and there's like 7 people walking behind me, lights and camera. I said, this is how I roll. This is what I do all the time now. I'm just followed around by a film crew. It's ridiculous. But that's what it's like for him. And he's pretending, except he's pretending that he's like every normal person in the world. He's not. He's a complete and utter charlatan.
So convenient that, just as I'm going out for my morning run, there happens to be someone with a camera.
Yeah. Imagine my surprise,
Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it's like, no, he's not. I mean, he conveniently, didn't he? He went a whole week without saying anything about the migrants, which is, I was putting that on X.
And now we know why, because when he finally came out and said something about them, he got it completely wrong. He went, I think we're getting on top of it, because there's fewer of them coming now than there were last year, except there's more who came in his first week than came in Starmer's first week. Like 900 people have come.
I mean, I don't understand why they don't build all sorts of Nightingale centres to put them in, or just. And now we've heard today, aren't we, that higher taxes to pay for social welfare. Well, I mean, don't give the freebies out.
No.
Don't give the free. There was a geezer coming off the boat the other day, one of his big rubber dinghy things, and now they're increasingly looking like a liner, aren't they? They're massive, and he was getting angry, saying, "Right, I've come over here. I want my free house. When am I getting my free house?"
Yeah.
He was really aggressive and awful. And I think, well, you don't deserve a free house. Sod off.
Well, sorry. Yeah, none of them should be getting a free anything. I mean, that is the most ridiculous situation that we've found ourselves in. I mean,
there's an migrant who, this is just bizarre. He cannot get through being approved, right? So what's he doing here in the country then? Why is he still here?
Yeah.
He wasn't approved. Why is he still here? So he's really angry that 2 or 3 times of trying to get accepted. He's still not accepted. So so what does he do? He rocks up in Rochdale with a jerry can full of petrol and a hammer, and he's then arrested. And he says, "Oh, but I didn't intend to cause any harm." Pardon? All right. So the schools are on holiday, but it doesn't mean to say that the caretaker and the builders aren't there, because they often work in the holidays as well.
Yeah.
We should have been on the first boat or plane back out.
Right.
If you
these nutters are all over the place. I mean, somebody was telling me the other day that they were walking around down in somewhere in southeast England, and came upon this character who was clearly had just got off a boat and was sort of ranting and raving like a mental patient, because we don't know what they are, we don't know where they come from, what they've been doing.
But they shouldn't also be coming in if they can't speak English. Who was it? Somebody was over in front. I was watching GB News. Sorry, this morning.
That's all right. You can watch. Listen, we don't mind that. In the old days when I was at Talk, you'd be like, "Oh, don't mention GB News." I don't mind if you mention GB News. I wish them well. I don't mind.
I can't remember who it was that was over there in France, and he was asking these people, "Well, France is a safe country. Why are you going to go to England?"
Yeah.
And it was so funny. He asked the question, and the guy said, "I don't speak English." And when you could understand the question,
that's the Bracken Sie Deutsch. Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it? It's completely mad. Completely insane.
But also I'm not politically married to any party, actually. I just don't trust any of them. But I do think it's right that Kemi is pushing for none of these violent migrants to come out. You've got migrants and 6,500 prisoners who are rapists, sex offenders, paedophiles. Why on earth would you think that was a good idea? John Warboys came out once. Within 5 weeks, he was on the hunt again. And so it goes on. They are not going to change. And the thing about I was really nice touch that you had that minute's silence, because I do think it's good to sometimes just draw back, stay silent, focus, and think, what must those parents be feeling today? I mean, at the time, oh my gosh, my little grandchildren were very into Taylor Swift, and they're the age of those children, and I mean, it could have been them. You think, just really
it doesn't
innocent.
bear thinking about, does it? You can't. I mean, as a mother, as a parent, you just can't even go there. But equally, let me ask you this: what's your view of the conversation we were having earlier about the death penalty?
Well, I suppose the jury is out on it. My immediate thing was, for goodness sake, what a wasted lump of flesh. What's the point? We've got to fund this. And parts of Broadmoor, I used to live down the road from Broadmoor Hospital. I was lucky it wasn't slammed up in there. But I used to think, because I was deputy head of a church, of a school down the road. 10 o'clock every Monday morning, the siren would go off, right? And I think, what a brilliant time to try and escape. 10 o'clock, the practice of the siren. If you had sense, that's when you go. But I think it's much more upgraded now. I don't think it's just a grotty little cell where you sit in all day.
No, they've got all sorts of pool tables and gaming machines and all the rest of it. So that's why people are not happy about the fact that he's been moved there, because they feel as though he's kind of played the system.
Yeah, well, well, they do, don't they? I mean, this is what worries me when we finally get any more update on Anne Widdecombe. Will the geezer that's done that suddenly will that be manslaughter because he's got mental health or difficulty with learning skills or something? That's what they do. They play the system. Murder is murder. You can't say Calcone, who killed those gorgeous Nottingham students. That is murder.
Yeah.
Whether you mental health issues, whether you're on drugs or not, you killed someone. Hello,
but he's another one. We had Emma Webber on, who is Barnaby Webber's mother, who was one of the victims, and she's been brilliant at sort of campaigning for changing the law, because Valdo Calacane is in a hospital. He's not in a prison, and so he's actually eligible for parole in about 10 years' time. And she's going, I don't want to let this guy out. And she said, and she's a very sensible woman, very intelligent, very sort of well-informed. And she said, I think it's time we started talking about the death penalty. She said, it's not something I ever thought I would say. But of course you're going to say that.
But I think the thing is, though, Mike, society has changed so much. I mean, I remember when, I think we've had this conversation before, when the death penalty ended. And my dad used to sort of say to me, well, if they get it wrong, but when if this person is the person, like I can't even say his name, Radicabana, when you absolutely know it's him, and he had a history of this, and of course he was failed by parent, he was failed by school, he was same with that Vikram guy who murdered Henry Novak, another one, he was in school taking in knuckle dusters and knives and all that. There's a lot more the schools could do at an earlier stage than they do, and be much more sort of strident about it, quite honestly.
Absolutely.
And they helped at an earlier stage, and I think that is true. But my instinct is immediately kill him.
Yeah, no, listen, but it wouldn't be something that happened a lot. We're talking about basically, one or two cases that have been so heinous that you'd have to think about, doing away with the perpetrator.
Yeah, the other one is the guy that awful one with Baby Peter. That little Preston, Baby Preston.
Baby P,
I'm sorry, you're going to come out soon. Not soon, but at some point, he won't have changed either. These people are still going to be a risk. So what is the point? I mean, I don't get it. I mean, yes, you do want them to suffer, and I agree with what Ellen said. But I do agree with that and what she said there. But I don't see, if we've got no room in the prisons, then surely that's that's the other option. I still want to find out, when they say they've got no room in the prisons, is it the category A prisons? Because I would imagine it is, because crimes have become so awful, rapes and how many of them are, and deaths like Siobhan White's daughter, Rhiannon. All these people that are foreign have come in, migrants, all that, at some point coming in here as a migrant. They should all be shipped back. Isn't it funny how we've gone so quiet on Shabir Ahmed, the guy who should have been back? Where's he disappeared?
Yeah, he's still wandering around in Blackburn, I think, isn't he?
But everybody, that's all gone quiet now since Burnham's arrived.
Well, this is my big bugbear with the media. Yeah, the media move around so quickly that, once the story's been around for 2 days, they forget about it and move on to something else. Shocking.
And that's why we shouldn't, because there's little girls today, 2 years today, you sort of think, well, I wonder what their parents are doing. You can never get over something like that, can you? And the other thing I think he should have stepped in on, Burnham as well, Polanski, I think it's disgraceful that, you're tired.
Yeah, sorry.
Were you out partying last night?
I was.
But Polanski, when you think what happened to Lucy Connolly, few people would have seen that tweet that she put out, and she did 30 months inside.
I never saw the tweet. I never saw it. I didn't see it until after the story started breaking in a couple of hours later, right?
But Polanski, that he should be arrested and charged. Why should Lucy go through all that and not Polanski? I mean, he's a weird little goblin anyway, isn't he? He's
strange character, very odd.
Very strange character, and he's.
I'd lock him up just because of his teeth, to be honest.
That's horrible.
Could have been solitary confinement for the rest of the time. But listen, I've got to run because I've got two gentlemen here to talk to from We Served who are going to tell us about what they're up to. So Mary, it was a great. Should we do that Catherine thing, by the way, that came out a minute ago? It's just to give Marilyn her due. Catherine's message, the one that you had up a minute ago.
I see.
The one that was in praise of Marilyn. Said she was fabulous. There we go. Oh, Marilyn, my favourite lady. I just love her. She makes me my morning. Plus, she talks so much common sense. Her views are shared with millions of us. A shame not enough people listen to her. There you go.
I love
Isn't that nice?
Thank you very much, darling.
Doesn't that
And
make you feel good?
I had Hugh on my show the other day, and I have written to Lord Dannatt, so
Oh,
I'm waiting
good.
for a reply.
Excellent. Yes, Lord Dannatt, who I'm hoping will appear, thanks to you, on this show, if not on the We Served show, which we're going to do in due course.
He may be on holiday, but my son-in-law was up there the weekend staying with his son Bertie.
Oh, right.
So I'm...
Good stuff.
Watch this space.
Watch this space. Marilyn, good to see you. We'll see you soon, I'm sure.
Take care, love.
Thank you very
Bye-bye.
much indeed. Apologies for yawning. It wasn't anything to do with you. I just haven't had much sleep. What can you do? You know, you can't do everything in life. Ed McFarlane's here.